welcome back. So, going on with the efficiency upgrades, I did a little mining and I managed to get two of each of these, Tin Essence and Moonrock Essence, so I can set up two Moonrock farms and two tin farms. The reason I'm adding more farms is because I have the space, first of all, and because when you upgrade this, it goes from 5 per minute to 9 per minute. And when you upgrade the tin one, I think it's the same, but we'll see. Yeah, 5 per minute to 9 per minute. So that's only 4 extra per minute for 3 tin essence. Or you could put these in and you get an extra 5 minute per farm, which is only 1 essence. So if you have the space, it makes sense to add in an extra farm instead of upgrading, which I don't know why that is. I'm not sure how they could change it, but yeah, it makes sense to add an extra farm if you have the space. On Earth, we're not going to have the space to add extra farms. We're going to have to upgrade at some point. But on the moon, you have tons of space. You only have Moonrock Tin and Moon Crystal, which we're not even there yet, and we can still buy all of these other ones for 3,000, 8,000, 30,000 for extra space. We don't really need to do that because there's no point right now. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is the tin side. So we're going to add tin here, and we're going to add tin here. And then Moonrock Essence over here. This does cost 400 a piece. I did sell some stuff, like iron and stuff, to make sure that we had enough to do that. Okay, so now that's producing more Moonrock. That'll all go in this laser cutter. The laser cutter should be able to handle it because it can do 8 per minute. We might need to upgrade because now we're producing 15 per minute. And yeah, we can do that. That's 200. And then this one, we're producing 15 tin. This one, mini furnace, is 8 per minute. Yeah, we'll need to upgrade this as well. So now that's producing 11 per minute, which is a lot better than 8. It doesn't seem like a lot, but ultimately it is a lot. And this is 500, and this is probably 500 too, so we can probably upgrade that further. I think that goes up to 16 or 18 per minute after that. So you do need to upgrade your machines as well. These drones are going to have no problem carrying all that back to Earth, but now we're creating more, which makes our production line faster. Also, so every now and then you'll get a crate like around here. Sometimes it's mining boost, sometimes it's cosmetic crates. You can go to the premium shop and open that, and it's basically a box crate. Okay, red music. So what that is, you go to the hangar and you can edit effects. Trail. No, it's exhaust. Yeah, okay. So we got the red music, which is that right there. So instead of producing the smoke, we now have red music notes. So let's go back to Earth, and we can create our second bronze robot. Auto-complete the iron farm that we already did, and then talk a little bit about copper extruders and copper wire. Wire! Okay. My world's not loading for me, but I have this waypoint, so we're good. Bronze robot craft. Lucky bronze roller, awesome. We're going to equip that. It's going to get rid of our copper one. We can sell that copper one for $123. And missions. Complete this. Now we have tiny backpack that's going to cost 500, right? Bronze gearbox production, bronze wire or copper wire production, and iron 101. We already did iron. Okay, so it wants me to gather 15 more iron in order to complete that. So I guess we're gonna just go ahead and auto complete that. I'll probably go ahead and speed that up since we already collected iron. But this is kind of good if you're just following along the missions. You have the waypoint that kind of shows you where everything is. Hold on, we can just warp there. Hold on. Mountain. There There we go. We can just warp there. We don't even really need this iron because we already have a farm set up. I am stuck inside a rock. This is great. I love it when my textures don't load in properly. Get me out! Oh, I got another iron essence. That's going to be useful later. Oh, they just knocked me out. Okay. Oh, I got 2 iron essences. Usually iron, it takes forever for you to get iron essences. While it was gone, I mined that Moonrock essence, and that took forever for me to get Moonrock essence. Alright, I think one more, maybe? No. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One or 2 more nodes, and we should be good. Yeah, this one. This one's the one! This one's... I need 0.2 iron. That'll do it. Hop in my spaceship, do some flying. My factory. Okay. And land. Alright, so we can auto-complete this mission and the mission to the left of it. Start. Claim. Alright, so we have 3 missions. Copper wire production, bronze gearbox production, and tiny backpack. So bronze gearbox is produced in a mini fabricator between Moonrock mechanisms and, is it bronze plates, I think? Let me open up the wiki and double check that. No, it's not resources. Bronze gearbox. Looks like a Hellraiser cube. Here it is. Yes, bronze plates and Moonrock mechanisms. Okay, so we need a fabricator to start producing Moonrock mechanisms. Eventually we're going to have to expand this factory because I'm running out of space, but I think we should be able to just put it right here and then loop that into here. How much is a fabricator? I think it's 1.2. No, it's only 800. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, so build, delete these 2 outputs, put a mini fabricator in. Yes, we can loop that in. And then we need some conveyor belts. You never can have too many conveyor belts. You use so many conveyor belts. I don't really need 25 right now. I'll start with 10 and see what we're looking at after that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about conveyor belts. So I can run this right up against that one, but what you need to do first is configure it. And that'll chop that right there. And then you'll need to configure that again, probably. No, okay, we're good. Right into there. So the configure is the wrench, and you can choose where you want to cut it and in which direction you want it to flow after that. So we now have this fabricator set up. This fabricator is going to be producing bronze gearboxes from bronze plates and Moonrock mechanisms. Actually, we need to put in a press here, which I think we still have. It is in Rusty, the ship, I think. So let's go over to the ship and get a press out. I have some extra conveyors in there? I'm taking those. I don't need those other outputs because I have too many outputs as it is. So we may have to delete these conveyor belts actually. I'm unlocking so many shop items right now. Alright, so the press, rotate, goes here. And yeah, we don't need these conveyor belts because I can just stick a line right here. And then delete this. But for the future, we are going to need to bump up conveyor belts, so that's how you do that. So we're going to make bronze plates and bronze gearboxes. Yeah, it's already selected. Okay, and then put a output container here. So you see how it says wrong item right here? That's because we did have bronze ingots trying to go in. All you do is you just click there and to remove the bronze ingot off that line. So we are now producing bronze gearboxes. We can go ahead and open up that mission. Start. Make a bronze gearbox and a mini fabricator. We just did, but I think it just needs to make another one. So we're just waiting on those bronze plates, which again is waiting on that tin. That's our bottleneck, is that tin. But we seem to be producing moonrock mechanisms fairly quickly. The issue comes down to we need 5 bronze plates and we need 2 moonrock mechanisms. So we're going to be filling up on moonrock mechanisms faster than we'll be filling up on bronze plates. So that's where our bottleneck is, we need to figure out. Yeah, see, this is already blocked up with copper ingots waiting to produce bronze, and we're not blocked up with tin just yet. Actually, we are, but we're only producing 5 per minute, so we may need to upgrade this. That costs 600. So our bottleneck is probably both of these machines, actually. So we'll need to upgrade those machines. That's the thing, when you upgrade your farms, when you upgrade your production, you need to upgrade your manufacture of those products. Alright, so we produced that bronze gearbox. We can go ahead and complete that. Now, do I have enough to go ahead and get that small and medium backpack? I don't know. Let's see. I think the small backpack definitely we can get, or the tiny backpack. Upgrade your carrying capacity with a tiny backpack. Buy one in the shop. Accessories, tiny backpack. We definitely have enough for that one. The small backpack is 5,000. I don't think we're going to have enough for that, but we can go ahead and equip that tiny backpack right there. So now we have 7,500 kilograms instead of 3,500 or 2,500, whatever it was before. Boop. And we can go ahead and sell some of this stuff. We can definitely sell these iron essences, or we can hold on to them to use for the future. I think that's what we're going to do, because eventually we're going to need more iron. I'll just stick everything in rusty for now. Rusties. Ka-chow. Got a lot of bronze ingots. Okay. So let's talk about copper wire while we still have a little bit of time. So there's not really a way to make copper wire efficient. I could put a split off here and put an extruder here. So extruders will make wire from ingots, which we need copper wire in order to produce these things, which are composite glass panes, and we need all of that to produce these things, which is iron robots. I could put a splitter here and run this up and put an extruder in to make copper wire. That might be worth it since we're producing so much copper. That would keep us from having to upgrade this copper mine. The other alternative is I could just get another copper mine and just make copper wire from that. That may be what I end up doing. That's what I have on my main, but it might not actually be worth it at this point to do that because we're producing so much copper. I kind of want to put the extruder there, so I'm just gonna place this here. I think that's enough room for an extruder. I may need to build a bridge conveyor over here to go to our output container or wherever that needs to go. So yes, okay, so copper wire does produce those glass panes. which I'll probably run over here to create those composite glass panes. After you produce your iron robot, you don't have a need for composite glass panes, sand, any of that. Copper wire is specifically used to create electromagnets with extruded iron ingots to make iron rods. Iron rods and copper wire wraps around the iron rod to produce an electromagnet, and then the electromagnet mixes in with the bronze gearbox to produce a motor. So yeah, it might be worth it to do this. I do need 6.5 thousand in order to get an extruder. So we're just going to sell all of this until we have 6.5 thousand. The other thing that you can do to boost your revenue quickly, if you have like startup money, I guess, is look for where your bottleneck is. If you have really efficient machines, which I don't have really efficient machines, I'm definitely going to need to upgrade these machines because they're not producing fast enough. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So now that's producing 8 per minute. This is producing 18 per minute. Can we upgrade this again? No, we can't, unfortunately. But that should be working pretty well. Wow, that has 32 coming to Earth. That's crazy. Okay, well, we are producing bronze gearboxes quicker. If you do have really efficient machines, what you can do is you can go to the shop resources, buy the resources that you want, and then put them into the machine yourself, and you do get a profit back from the completed product. We don't really have a need to do that right now because we have enough of these things in the machines. It's just the machines are taking forever to produce. So I could actually add a splitter and then add another machine in here. Like if I add a splitter here and add a splitter here, loop it around, and then add another machine here, and then bring that back over there to join back up with this conveyor belt. See, you can get crazy with this. If efficiency is what you're going for, your factory will look nuts. Which is what my main looked like in the first episode. My factory looked nuts because I wanted everything to be as efficient as possible, addressing all the bottlenecks. I didn't like seeing things just piled up on lines, just not doing anything. But yeah, the issue comes when you see your sawmill fills up here because it's not being produced fast enough. You're producing too much wood. I could add another splitter here and add another sawmill, but it's like you have one recipe and it takes forever to produce these mechanisms is the problem. So, and I can only upgrade the sawmill so much. I can only upgrade the fabricator so much. So you're doomed to not be efficient from the get-go. So don't let efficiency bog you down. But ultimately, you do want to produce this stuff as quickly as possible. That way you're not doing what I'm doing, which is just jumping around from machine to machine, waiting for the stuff, grinding. You got to keep yourself interested. Efficiency is the interest there. So let me go ahead and bring this other stuff over. I don't have enough for an extruder, but what I'll do is I'll go ahead and end the video here. I'll raise up enough money to get an extruder. And next episode, we'll put an extruder in where this copper is. I may have to end up looping this around and putting an extruder here because extruders are long and skinny. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We covered a few things this time. Next time, we're hopefully gonna end up producing copper wire, and maybe composite glass panes. After that, we should be able to create iron robots. As far as where we are after that, we are one step before the end game. So end game is where I kind of left off. I can easily explain where I am on my main, and that will be the end of season 1. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.